AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Step into comfort with the Flex Steel Z-Cliner. Whether reading, resting, or relaxing, this chair gives you the support you need. Find it at Northwest Furniture and Mattress and feel the difference. LHS Baseball put on the Pepsi Shootout this weekend in LeGrand. 54 teams participating, 4th to 8th grade, boys and girls. 4 local teams walked away with championships. Union County Select won the 4th grade girls division. The LeGrand Legends won the 5th grade boys division. The Imbler girls won the 8th grade girls division. And Crash Out Elite from LeGrand won the 8th grade boys division. So congratulations to all those young hoopers. We need to really focus on building these feeder programs right now because we're struggling in some sports at the high school level. And one of the ways you really maintain that is by keeping these younger kids involved and alive. The senior class this year at LHS is hurting, man. They got I want to say six football players. Six varsity football players were seniors this year. The least I'd ever seen before that was 19. That's a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we really have to focus on, really feeding these feeder programs. And I hate to say that, but that's how it works. There's 2 things that really, really are key in developing these young athletes into high school athletes, and it's the feeder programs and it's the parents. Believe it or not, the parents have to be involved. Otherwise it just doesn't happen, because unfortunately in this day and age, these younger kids' sports are super expensive and kids can't pay for that themselves, so the parents have to be a part of that. LHS boys wrestling hosted Pendleton on Friday night up at the high school. I was there. It was awesome. We dominated Pendleton, just dominated them, 42-21 in our first special district duel of the year. We even forfeited 195. Clell had a wrestler out for 195, and I kept looking at him. I didn't recognize him. I'm like, who is this guy sitting in the 195 chair? Because they sit him in chairs, across from each other in a duel. And I never figured out who he was, but A, I can tell you, he looked like he was about 14. And B, he looked like he weighed about 170 pounds, sitting in the 195 chair. So Clell forfeited 195, which we were up by enough that weight didn't matter at that time. There's 2 matches left after 195, and we had already sealed the deal. So I'm assuming that Clell probably just didn't put that kid out there because, that would have been a pretty intimidating first varsity match. Going out at 170, you're like a freshman and you're out there, you're like, this 195-pound senior just grabs you and slaps you around like a little, it wouldn't have been good. So we forfeited 195 and still dominated that match. It was awesome. LHS girls wrestling team won another tournament this weekend, taking the 8th annual Jaybird Memorial. LeGrand finished with 5 individual placers, including 2 individual champions. Paige Allen was the champ again at 145, and Maddie Armstrong brought home a championship at 185, which is awesome. It was so good to see her win a championship. She's been second a few times. I think she might have won a small tournament, but this was a big tournament. There was 60 teams there, and it was really good to see Maddie bring home a championship. The other placers, Kirsten Azure, 6th at 107. Lindy Isaacson got 2nd at 120. And Macy, here's that name I always mess up. Irmk.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. And I've never asked her. I should just go up to her and ask her, but I'm like, it's weird. It's always awkward to go up to somebody hey, how do you say your name? I'm always afraid I'm going to creep them out. I guess if I walk with the camera like this, you know what I mean, show it to them. But she got 5th at 235. EOU men's and women's basketball went up north this weekend. They both easily won both of their games. That's usually a fairly easy trip in basketball when you go up and play Evergreen State in Northwest. They haven't been super competitive the last few years, so that was good. The women's basketball teams won 6 in a row, which is awesome. They started out the season a little bit rough. They both host Multnomah and Warner Pack this weekend, and for his efforts, congratulations to TJ Doman from the EOU men's basketball team. He was the CCC Defensive Player of the Week, which is awesome. That's the AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Big Red Rocking Chair on Elm off Adams in LeGrand.